Welcome back, one and all. We're here for round number 3 in the Asia Cup with the C5 category, and today I'm joined by Gexy. So say hello.
Good evening, everybody.
And we're looking forward to the final part of racing for this week in RLH. Of course, we're moving to Azerbaijan for round 4 on Tuesday. First car's coming out on track now, and it looks like it is the Williams first out on track at the moment. Yes. What tyres are they going for? Crankbox on mediums. Yeah.
Juliana's on the softs.
Seems to be a pretty even split across the field at the moment for softs, mediums and hards. It's interesting to see how everyone goes.
I will follow Juliana's.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, he's out on softs. I'll check the Discord and ask for the weather.
Nice. It looks like quality will be bone dry of how sunny it is at the moment.
Yeah, maybe weather at the end, but not that long. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely a bit more running in the dry than the C4s had yesterday. He just comes making his way around turn number 12, and of course onto that long back straight where DRS will be massive in the race, and of course having the tow as well will help in the early laps, trying to get past.
One of the longest straights on the entire calendar. Very important of the track.
Is it longer than Baku? Was it? I think Baku's a tiny bit longer.
Baku is second and Mexico first.
Ah, okay.
And is third, something like that. But here we go. Crankybot starting his first lap on the mediums with Julianos right behind him. It'll be interesting to see if Julianos will be faster to maybe be slowed down by him because he's on the faster tires.
I think as well on the back straight he'll probably be taking advantage of the tow.
That as well.
So we could see a mega final sector.
Yeah, Julianos will definitely have the slipstream on the final straight, winning maybe 2 to 4 tenths with slipstream.
Crankybot setting a 25 flap. I think, yeah, Julianos visually has already closed in quite a bit in that first sector. Soft tyres definitely happening out in the middle part of the lap at the moment. Did you get a reply on the weather at all?
Let me see. Someone is typing, but not yet. Purple sector 2 from Julianos.
Oh, and a spin! Crankybot has gone round at turn at number 11.
And that means no slipstream for Julianos on the straight, so he'll be a bit slower than with slipstream, but still setting a great lap so far.
As he runs down towards turn number 14, of course, probably the most important braking zone of the season so far.
Incident between the Ferrari and the Broke Gorilla. Broke Gorilla crashed out of qualifying already, and LAR 1609 has been involved as well. No damage for him, but yeah, here we have Juliano setting a first time of the qualifying at 134.2, and that's provisional pole, of course.
Good luck at the moment. I think it's the Ralph's just about to start his lap behind, and into P2 goes Duran on the medium tyres though. But it's Ross who is. That's a good lap from the Red Bull.
That is 8 tenths faster.
Also another driver starting on the softs as Wazza on the Toro Rosso goes into P3, and Magic Poop Cannon on the hard tyres goes into P4.
And Bogorowski on provisional pole with a time 4 tenths faster than the other Red Bull. So Red Bull really dominant at the moment.
Floricon's gone into third as well, in the 33s as well. But I'm very interested. Magic Poop Cannon getting into P5 on the hards.
That's also a pretty good performance from him.
As the McLaren of Pecostas goes into P7 on the hards as well. See you on the lap at the moment.
Now we have a Sutil about to finish his lap, not looking good at the moment. I think it will be lap with a mistake being made, so here we go. It will be a 140.9 and that's P9 for Sutil.
I think Nailboy's just starting his lap at the moment, but Ralph's coming towards the end of his lap. Another person on the hard compound tyres. We'll see what he can do as he comes around the hairpin of turn number 14. Can he get a good exit onto the main straight? We'll open DRS now. And it's a 1 minute 35.6, so the second quickest person on the medium tyres. 1/1000th of a second quicker than the McLaren.
He's on the hards.
Good lap from him. And I think Leroux has just gone into P6 in the Haas. Another person on the hards. He's only under a tenth behind Magic Poop Cannon, so a really good lap from the Haas driver.
There's Matchip with a 135.1, that's P8 for the Mercedes on the mediums.
Anyone else on a flying lap at the moment?
Costas about to finish his lap, setting a 1 point. Ooh, he was slower this lap. Okay, it looked like he was improving by 4/10, but he maybe made a mistake out of nowhere.
Law's just coming to the end of his lap on the Ferrari. Another person on the soft tyres, and I think he might have made a small error because he goes into P14. Has enough ERS to go for another lap, so if he's got enough fuel on board, he could be pushing this time around. As into P8 goes the Alfa Romeo.
Purple sector 1 for Lar, the Ferrari.
So yeah, I think he might have made a small error. I'm just backing off a tiny bit. We'll watch him through the middle sector now as he goes through turn number 7. Those soft tyres definitely going to help through the demanding corners of 7, 8 and down into the double apex of what is 9 and 10. We'll see what his middle sector time is going to look like. And he's purple again, 2.5 seconds up already, so might have made that error quite early on in the lap. There's a yellow flag and some car just getting out of the way in the final part of the lap. The Ferrari looking to challenge up at the front. I think the car at the final corner might have just run out of fuel, going very slowly back to the pit lane.
And here we have Lar finishing his lap, looking good so far. Final turn also going pretty well, and Lar will be setting a 132.6, taking provisional pole, 4/10 faster than Bogrovsky in the Red Bull on the softs, on used softs for another lap. So pretty good job by Lar.
Ferraris and the Red Bull both looking really quick in quali at the moment. Both Red Bulls are coming out on the medium tyres to try and go again and try and beat their soft laps.
Ooh, that will be really difficult to do, but if they can pull it off, they will be getting a great result out of this race, which will be dry, I think.
So I think
Nope, you can go.
I think Magic Poop Cannon won't be starting on the hard tyre because he's already done 3 laps on his current set. Because he's going around again. He's 9/10 off at the moment. So I assume he might be going for a medium or a soft strategy later on in the session.
Now we also have Broke Gorilla apologizing to Lar. They both have an incident, but yeah, Broke Gorilla, the Alfa Romeo, is the one to retire. So unfortunate for him, but it was his mistake, he acknowledges. Yep, Buchanan coming in. And Bogrovsky starting his lap on the medium tires, trying to improve on a 33.0. Now I think we have Sutil also about to finish his lap, but he is very much under his time, so he will be coming into the pits, I think.
Yeah, looks like he's just backed off on this
there
lap.
he is. Now Giuliano's is about to finish his lap. Here he goes, final turn, takes the curb pretty well, and here he is setting a 35.4, so that's a 1.1 seconds slower than his original time.
Oh, it looks like Bogarosi's had a mistake in the middle of his first run on the mediums. He was 3 tenths down in the first sector. I think
That's
might have had a small error.
DJ Mikey sets a 133.1 on the medium tires. That's a phenomenal time on these tires.
So he's got in amongst all of the soft tyre runners very well there. Ross, I think he's got a similar problem to Bogarowski at the moment. Both of them are sort of 3 tenths down in their first attempts on the mediums in the first sector. I think Bogarowski's come into the pit lane, so abandoning this run on the mediums.
Yeah, not too great of a strategic move to set the banker lap on those soft tires. Pretty difficult to improve from that time. So Bogarowski is into the pits, and Ross will probably do that as well, because he is 4 tenths slower at the moment.
But Nova coming to the end of his lap on the soft tyres as well. He made a small improvement, so could be looking to try and jump into the sub 1 minute 34s, and he's managed to do it going into P5 of 1 minute 33.6. Good lap for the McLaren, managing to jump the Ferrari of Flurkion.
And now we have DJ Mikey. I think he's into the pits. He is. Now let's see if Ross will try another time. Now he's in the pits as well.
He's
so
4 tenths down.
Yeah, a bad strategic move from Red Bull for doing their banker laps on the softs if they wanted to try to improve on those on the mediums. It's really difficult to do.
We got Magic Poop Cannon just about to start his lap on the medium tyres, so surely going from hards to mediums he'll be able to find the time, unlike the Red Bulls who tried to swap the other way. And we'll see how he does through his first flying lap on the mediums.
Shifting very well.
As he runs towards the line, we'll see whereabouts this time will put him. And he's already 2.5 tenths up. Of course, the only pole sitters so far in the C5 getting pole in Australia and Bahrain, so we're looking to make it 3 in a row. But can he do it on the medium tyres is the question.
A 132.6 by Lar is the time to get faster than, and on those medium tires it will be very difficult. But
He's
it's
8
a
tenths
purple
up.
sector too.
He's going to need a mighty last sector though nonetheless. Got DRS open now as he runs down towards turn number 14. Hoping he needs to get his braking point spot on here. He tucks in, taking a bit of a late apex, but just keeping the car within the confines of the racetrack, and now running towards the final corner. Make sure you don't cut or run too wide. And as he runs towards the line now, where will this time put him? And it's into P2.
Wow.
Very close.
Only 600ths of a second slower than Lar on the softs.
That's a really good lap, especially on the mediums.
Yeah, when you start on the softs, you either will do soft to hard, but that will be very difficult, or soft mediums, or soft mediums. Either way, a 2-stop.
Interesting enough, it looks like both Red Bulls have given up with the idea of starting on the mediums, and they've both come out again on the soft tyres, so looking to try and go for track position.
Bogarowski already having started this lap, so I will follow him around.
So What's his first sector time going to look like?
Purple.
2000 improvement at the moment. And Ross is just about to start his lap in the other Red Bull as well. Just about 1 sector behind at the moment. We'll see how the two Red Bulls' first sector times compare. Comes up to the line.
Purple sector 2 for Bogorowski, so it's purple sector 1 and 2 for Bogorowski at the moment.
However, Ross has just taken it from him. 1/100th of a second quicker in the first sector, so battle of the Red Bulls at the moment. I think Ross will get to the end of the second sector before Bogorowski completes his lap. Because he's really pushing at the moment. Here's Ross. He's lost a lot of time in that middle sector. He's now 4 tenths down.
Oh, but here's Bogorowski finishing his lap, setting a 1:32.7, taking P3.
Just 1.5 tenths behind pole at the moment. And I don't think he'll have time for another lap, so I think that will be his quali done.
As Costa set a 1:33.3 on the mediums, going to P5.
Laura's come out as well. Another person's come out on the medium tyres. I'm sure he can't be beating that soft time on the mediums, but we'll see when he gets onto his lap. He's on his lap at the moment.
Ooh. Might just wanted to get out on track, even though he has used all of his soft tires, so he might as well just drive around, try to improve, better than doing nothing.
Yeah, just getting better feel for the track. Probably a better feel for a different tyre as well. Nova's on his lap now, coming towards the end of the second sector. See what time he can do. He's 2 tenths up, 2.5 tenths up, and it's purple in the middle sector for the McLaren. So we'll see if he can jump, maybe even into the 32s, currently down in P8. As the Red Bull and the Ferrari get out of the way, so won't be able to take advantage of the slipstream. The DRS open now as he runs down towards turn number 14. Just about kissing the apex now as he runs towards the final corner. He'll have time for another lap, but I'm sure he probably won't be doing one. He now has DRS open, and towards the line it's going to be P5, just jumping his teammate. Of course, is on the medium tyres at the moment.
Bogorowski has to hurry. No, Bogorowski is too late.
Yeah, the session is done now.
That was really unfortunate for Bogorowski, and there's Ross almost crashing out. I don't know what he did.
Running towards the pit lane, yeah. But Law's already 3 tenths down on the medium tyre, so yeah, just getting a feel for things on those tyres.
Calais also 4 tenths down on his time. Giuliano's also not setting a time, so I think this is the qualifying.
Yeah, everyone else is not pushing, or if they are pushing, they've lost a bit of time throughout the lap. So yeah, this is qualifying done and dusted for the C5.
Very good job by Magic Poop Cannon, qualifying P2 on the medium tires, as well as Teacher Mikey P4 on the mediums.
But it's going to be interesting to see what kind of tyres the guys outside the top 10 will start, and will they opt to maybe go for a hard and run long into the race, or maybe even try soft and hope for a safety car.
Yeah, I think it's mostly hoping for a safety car.
Yeah, Bogorowski is saying that Jeff was telling him he was going to rain in the session.
Rain?
Yeah, he's saying that in the YouTube chat. He said Jeff was telling him it was going to rain in 5 minutes, and it hasn't come. So Jeff being helpful as always.
Yeah, Costa says in the Discord that the race will be clear.
Actually, I can just see when you go on board with Julianos.
Oh, we just missed something. Lar got a 5-place grid penalty
Did
for
he?
that incident with Bro Gorilla. He has a 5-place grid penalty,
Well,
he says.
Right at the start?
Yeah, at the start of the qualifying session he had an incident with Bro Gorilla who retired immediately.
Yes.
And, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Let's actually see at the end in the screen.
Yes.
That would be horrible for him because he had pole.
It was definitely a good lap, but...
Yeah. Yeah, 5th position. Wow, that's Magic Poop Cannon on the mediums in pole position once again.
3rd pole position in a row, technically now, so great stuff from the Mercedes at the start of the season. We'll run through the order as best we can before the time runs out. We've got Law on pole, but of course is starting P6 with that penalty from the start of the session. Magic Poop Cannon, very good lap on the medium tyres, starts P2. You've got Bogorovsky in P3, Mikey P4 on the mediums, and Julianos on the softs in P5, and run through the rest of the grid on the formation lap. So we've sadly run out of time. Of course, turn 1 very difficult here. It's ever tightening as it is, and of course very easy to run 3 wide on the opening lap.
Very cloudy, so the track might be very cold at the moment.
Yes, I mean even with it being completely clear, I think it was in the C2 yesterday that they had just sort of light drizzle throughout the whole race, but never into conditions, so maybe might see a bit of that.
We'll see.
Of course, turn 1, if you can hang it around the outside for turns 1 and 2, when you go down into 3, you're then also on the inside, so if anyone's brave enough to hang it around the outside, they'll gain from that. But we're underway for the formation lap. We just try and get the tyre choices up. No one's opting to start on the hard compound.
No one.
No one at all.
Interesting.
But it's outside the top 10. Everyone has gone for medium tyres, apart from Broke Gorilla right at the back. So hoping to try and make massive gains on the soft at the start after an unfortunate retirement in quali.
I'll watch the back of the grid, seeing just maybe some collisions. We'll see.
Okay, we'll run through the whole grid then. We've got Magic Poop Cannon Mercedes starting in first, Bogorovsky in P2, of course on the soft compound tyres, Mikey in P3, Nova, another person on the softs, in P4. His teammates just behind him in P5, Bakostas. Law unfortunately dropping down into P6 after the incident at the start of qualifying. They were getting pole. Ross in P7. In P8 we have Madship. Can you remind me of how the pronunciation is of the Alfa Romeo in 9th?
I think it's pronounced Satil.
Satil, okay. Satil in 9th, the Alfa Romeo. Faruqi on 10th, Nelboy 11th. Current championship leader, so that is something to look out for.
Nelboy, ooh.
Yep, after getting a win last time out. Larouk's in the Haas is 12th, Wazza 13th, Ralph in the other racing point is 14th, Clout in the Williams 15th, his teammate Crankybot just behind him in 16th, Durant in 17th, then Broke Gorilla, fortunately retiring at the start of qualifying, comes in 18th position. The Magic Poop Cannon just coming around the final corner, and we'll be lining up on the grid very shortly.
Here we go.
And just slots into his grid slot. The final couple of cars just making their way towards the final corner and now onto the pit straight. Wait for Broke Gorilla just to arrive into his grid slot, and then with the lights will come on shortly. And the lights are here now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And it's lights out and away we go in the Chinese Grand Prix. It looks like the Mercedes of Magic Pugan has not got a great start. And the Toro Rosso is already alongside him. Mikey in a slight bit of contact, pushing him up wide. And the Ferrari and Mercedes have spun further back.
Oh no. Spinning Ferrari in the back. Match with a 5-second collision penalty.
He's running wide. There is the McLaren as well. And we've got a virtual safety car. After a very hectic start.
So people will have to stay in their position. Maybe some people freaking out because it's very weird at the start having a virtual safety car. Here we are.
Yeah, of course with the deltas as well, and you know even if you're green by 1.4 seconds, you still have to stay behind the car in front.
Let's take a look at the damage for all the drivers. Left wing damage for Giuliano's in P3.
Yes.
Mikey, no damage. Let me see.
And we're already racing actually.
Oh.
And Ross almost got the perfect start, getting past Mikey, but I swear at the start the lights almost went out instantly. The second they went to 5.
Really might have caught Magic Poop Cannon off guard. He didn't really have a good start.
No, but Broke Gorilla started down in P18, is already up into 7th, and now looking to get past Floricion in 6th. And it's right on the back of the Ferrari driver. We've got a battle further up the field as well, as Mikey trying to get past Nova, of course, having that front wing damage, not helping him in the run out of turn number 13. He's trying to go around the outside now. Is a Toro Rosso, and they're still going to be side by side.
Bro Gorilla past Florica, moving up to P6 after 1 lap.
What a start. It's up 12 places. Further back. Magic's come into the pit lane, so maybe front wing damage for the Mercedes driver. Or getting rid of those softs.
Giuliano's staying out, but he has, I think, orange left wing damage, so I think it will be smart to just go out and go on the hards and see what will happen. But he will stay out, maybe losing some time.
Maybe, and up the inside, had a look there, was Ross, but just has to hang back on this occasion. As you see through the middle sector, Ross is all over the back of Nova, even with the dirty air. So that front wing damage really compromising the McLaren. Trying to find a way past us.
Oh, that's contact between Crankybot and Nelboy, and Crankybot has right wing damage now.
And going to the back of him again, into turn number 9.
There's definitely right wing damage.
Yeah,
really
that right hand
in.
side's completely gone. But Frick on now.
Steele, right behind Florica. Oh, but Bogorowski and Magic Poop Cannon side by side.
Mercedes trying to have a dive, just hangs back at the moment and stays in P2.
Taking a look on the inside, there's the better traction, but Bogorowski is
still side by side.
Wide exit.
And just has to stay behind at the moment. Satil didn't manage to get past Floricion, but further back, Crankybot and Law having a battle, and it looks like the Haas of Leroux bit compromised. He tried to find a way past. Broke Gorilla and Ross almost trying to go up the inside there was Broke Gorilla, just has to hang back, but Satil has got past Floricion, is further ahead of them. Fierce battle at the moment for P number 4, and Floricion has held off Satil for P7.
Nelboy in the pits.
Onto the hards as well, and up the inside went Mikey on Magic Poop Cannon. Bit of contact between them, and not sure, no, both of them have got away without any damage, but the Toro Rosso going for a dive into turn number 6 and it not quite paying off. He's running off wide there. Bogorowski.
No. Oh, binning it, losing it, probably hitting too much curb out of the fast left-hander. And yeah, no damage, luckily for him. But his tires will be pretty warm after spinning. Moving down to P13, again spinning, hitting the Ferrari. And now there's damage for the Red Bull.
Surely got to come into the pits at the end of this lap. And Mikey, whilst he was right behind Magic Poop Cannon, not close enough at the moment. But Floricion having a go now on Broke Gorilla. And it's already alongside, of course they've now got DRS. Actually, I don't think we have DRS on this lap just yet. And up the inside goes the Ferrari. Alpha trying to hang around the outside. And they're still side by side.
As well.
And has to stay behind on this occasion. I think Ralph's lost the position to Nova as well. Down into turn number 14. Satil couldn't find a way past.
Oh, he has a new front wing. Okay, but he's still P8. That's interesting.
Broke Gorilla. Got a bit of a train behind him at the moment.
Oh, and that's Calais spinning. Calais spinning.
He's got away with any damage, I think, though.
Yeah, he almost hit the wall, but he just got slowed down by the grass, I think. Not hitting the wall, but
oh,
yeah.
And spinning as well. Wazza has gone off as well, coming out of turn number 6 and manages to get back on the track without any excursions there. And unfortunate for the Toro Rosso, who's dropped down. I think he was in P8. And we got Faruqian having a moment in turn 10, and that's allowed Satil alongside him. It could be Alpha P4 and P5 now, and as he slots ahead into turn number 11. Of course, Faruqian will have DRS, but I think a poor exit. He's run wide actually, so I think anyone on the softs is really struggling now.
Yeah, it's around lap 5 that people will start losing a lot of grip, so we might see Lar, Ross, Brokerilla and Florica coming in pretty soon.
But those soft tyres definitely helping out Broke Gorilla. Of course, started right at the back of the grid, running a little bit wide. And his teammate is now alongside him as they run now towards the final corner. Will Broke Gorilla dive into the pit lane? No, he holds the position. And actually Ross comes into the pits from P3, getting rid of those soft tyres. And the two Alphas dueling it out now for P3. And Broke Gorilla just holding the around the outside, but diving up the inside there was his teammate. And the number 78 Alfa Romeo gets the position on the medium tyres, of course, and now Faruqian right on the back as well of the Broke Gorillas. I think those tyres have gone off a tiny bit. Everyone who has pitted so far in this race, apart from Bogrovsky, who I think is committing to a 2-stop by going mediums, everyone's gone onto the hard tyres.
Yeah. Cassell joins a bit too late. He had some connection issues, but I think he cannot participate in the race, so too late for him.
Unfortunate for him, because he's currently third in the championship. Ooh. At the moment, is the Haas driver. Broke Gorilla now has got Faruqian and Picosas, and Picosas going up the inside out of turn number 13 and slots ahead of the Ferrari. But of course, opening DRS now.
Oh, look at the speed difference between. Oh no!
Oh, contact on the off, and it's out of the race. It's Broke Gorilla. Virtual safety car straight away.
Wow, that was a very weird incident. They weren't side by side, but just hitting each other's rears caused some kind of, I don't know, McLaren explosion. Has cost us out of the race.
It was a mighty explosion. They all sort of came together.
Damage for Florica and Broke Gorilla, I think.
Both coming into the pits.
Yeah, they're on softs both, so might just want. Yeah, new front wing for Florica. Let's take a look at Broke Gorilla.
Broke Gorilla did have some damage, and yeah.
Yep. Also serving a penalty.
Yeah, Florica will definitely jump him, I think. And he has done. And his DRS is enabled and racing once again, and this has helped Ross, of course. He pitted on the previous lap, so making use of that VSC to help him jump a few cars, and he's now the highest person up the grid to have pitted.
Buchanan looking very confident, 2 seconds ahead of Mikey.
Further back, we've got Nova on the back of Broke Gorilla, of course, both of them pitting pretty recently for hards.
Cranky but also under pressure from Ross. Very close now.
Oh, yeah, flag, who's gone off?
Satil was in third place. He lost it out of the final turn before the long straight. Very weird exit.
And up the inside goes Ross, but Crankybot just holds on to the position. I think Ross is going to have the superior grip and slots past before the main straight. I'd say I normally you'd crash on the inside of the corner. I mean, I can't even see him on any of the replay on any of the cameras.
He went extremely right, probably going over the curb, and then it's very difficult getting traction again. So he probably just smashed it into the wall over there.
Waz though on the back of Nova and in the slipstream, and DRS he's going to go to the outside of him, and also Nailboy losing a few positions. Broke Gorilla's gone off massively. Nova holding on to the position though. Waz is still right on the back of him, having a look up the inside in the final corner, but Nova just holds on. But of course DRS once again for the Toro Rosso driver, and of course with DRS surely he should be passed into turn number 1, and Nova tucks in behind on this occasion. But I think Broke Gorilla massively outbroke himself as Bulgarossi gets fastest lap of the race. And they're still side by side at the McLaren and the Toro Rosso of Wazza and Julianos.
Oh, Nailboy off track, hitting the wall. Let's see if he has damage. Yep, left wing damage for Nailboy.
And that'll be annoying, of course. Probably, and he's gone wide as well in turn number 6, and that promotes all 3 of the cars that were behind him. But having just come into the pits, that would probably be really annoying, wanting to maybe try and go to the end if he can. Got a great battle for P11 at the moment.
Dive bomb from Florica, cutting the corner, getting a 3-second time penalty. He went for a dive or just braked too late, trying to get past Crankybot. Almost slamming into him, but luckily nothing happened.
He's going to be onto the back of the Williams though on the main straight, and with DRS. He doesn't have DRS actually, so compromised. Lost DRS as well. Having a look up the inside, but thinks better of it after his previous failed overtake. It's Bogrovsky battling with Nailboy, of course, having that incident earlier on. And I think, yeah, the Red Bull driver gets past around the outside. I think we might be seeing Nailboy into the pit lane, so I'm pretty sure that is a red damage on the front left. And he does duck into the pit lane. Florica making a dive, diving up the inside of turn number 2 and gets the position into 3, but massive front wing damage for Crankybot, which may have been caused by that dive from Florica on the previous lap.
He seemed very eager to get past him, but maybe a bit too aggressive, causing damage for Crankybot possibly.
Yeah, that is his front right completely gone.
Now we have Wessa on the outside of Matchip, braking early on just to keep himself safe.
You see Crankybot massively struggling through the middle part of this lap. That wing damage not helping him at all, and Matchip almost found a way past the inside.
Oh.
So he's just about to avoid contact on the rear. Maybe going to send one. Thinks better of it. Crankybot very aggressively covering the inside after what happened on the previous lap. But you can just see visually the difference in aero, and Crankybot.
Oh no, and that's Wessa and Crankybot colliding. Wessa spinning off onto the grass, getting left wing damage.
Now Nova going to be having a go at Crankybot as they go into turn number 14. Ross gets a 3-second time penalty. The dive from the McLaren, it's a good move up the inside. And it's contact.
Broke Gorilla hitting Cranky spinning, Broke Gorilla getting damage, so they will both be heading into the pits, I think. No, Broke Gorilla will be staying out, and Crankybot as well. That's interesting.
Especially since he started the race on the medium, so going to the hards wouldn't, it's definitely doable from here.
Yeah. Interesting choice of strategy. He is out of the points, so I don't see a point in staying out. As Calais is right behind the red now. Taking a look for P4.
Both of them haven't pitted yet in this race. So I think the pit stop's probably around sort of lap 11 as the Renault had a moment, and I think maybe gave Kalau the position. Maybe wanting a bit of DRS. Not too sure on that one.
He's out of the DRS, so I think he
Yeah.
just made a mistake.
It's very easy to do on the AstroTurf and managing to avoid smashing into the wall.
Now LaRue taking a look right behind Crankybot. Crankybot, of course, with damage.
Wazza now having a look at the inside, as I think the Haas was a bit compromised, and up the inside goes Wazza.
Bogrovsky on the outside of LaRue.
Can't find a way past, but of course we'll have DRS. And
Crankybot
Crankybot running
going
wide.
Ooh, forcing LaRue off track.
That's promoted Bogrovsky and LaRue. Crankybot dropping down into 14, but of course is still in this battle. And LaRue does hold on to P11, P12, but runs a little bit wide. And now Bogrovsky, can he get a better exit as they run towards the final corner? I think LaRue just slots ahead. Crankybot had a look, but too far back.
Staying out on track.
Surely, I mean, now Bogrovsky could be having to go into turn 1 with DRS. Just hangs back. Of course, that tightening corner doesn't want to lose any front wing. Because his is all intact at the moment. Is running wide is Broke Gorilla, and he's losing a lot of positions, not wanting to come back onto the track too aggressively. And he's dropped down now into P15. So after that fantastic start, I think he was in P3 at one point. He's now pretty much back where he started as Crankybot gets a 3-second time penalty.
Caught in corners with that broken front wing. As Nellboy sets the fastest lap. On the hards.
Down
Everyone
at
on the hards
P16
and
at the moment.
mediums.
Oh, and Law goes for a dive. I think Crankybot just can't hold his car together through that middle sector. Very high, demanding in downforce. And Law just managing to slot past.
Well, Gorilla will probably try the overtake on the next straight. Taking a look on the inside, going wide because he...
Oh, almost spinning it. But Madchip having a look now into turn 14 on the Ferrari off. Looking on Ferrari versus Mercedes, and it looks like the Mercedes will come out on top up the inside. Goes Madchip. And Frocon, even on those fresher tyres, can't quite fight back coming out of the corner. So good move from the Mercedes driver, keeping it clean.
Bro Gorilla maybe going on for the dive on Crankybot. I don't know, he tried it, but no space.
Running wide there is the Ferrari, I think, of Law. Who's someone coming to the pit lane? I think that is Crankybot has finally come into the pit lane, followed by Broke Gorilla.
Now they will be going on to the hard tires, trying to go till the end.
Hope for a safety car or something to try and get back in the mix further up the field.
Just to be sure, I will check what tires Crankybot will go for. He is on the hards indeed. As Ross gets past Durant, moving up to P5 again.
Getting a position down is turn number 11. But I think Durant will have DRS now though.
It will be close because he is pretty far away from him.
He has got DRS, yeah. Can he fight it back? It looks to be too far back to have, and he goes at the moment. It's Bogrovsky right on the back of LaRue and Wazza.
Durant going wide again, losing some time to Ross now.
Oh, yellow flag in sector 1. And it's Broke Gorilla spinning. He's coming, of course, out of the pit lane as
No
Mikey
damage.
comes into the pits.
He will be going for the hards. So he will be going till the end. Coming out in P5, I think.
And Magic,
no, P4.
Magic
right
Poop Cannon's coming to the pits as well.
And he's in the lead.
Still.
Wow. Mikey was in the battle for P1. He is behind two other drivers who haven't made a pit stop yet.
And Durant coming out of the pits now, slots into P12. As LaRue's trying to find a way past Wazza. Might have a go into turn number 6. But I think has lost a bit of time going through turns 2 and 3. Wazza just getting a little bit wide there and almost losing it, but holding the car very well. Ross is on the back of Mikey, of course, who has just come out the pit lane. It's maybe not quite acclimatised to those hard tyres just yet. Mikey will be trying to get past Kalau as quickly as he can as Wazza gets a time penalty further back. Leroux all over the back of the Toro Rosso at the moment. And will he make a move into turn number 11? Going to try and go up the inside. Gives him the space on the outside.
Oh, and that's Pro Gorilla slamming it into the turn 1. He retires. He retired on track. That's not how you're supposed to do it.
Not causing a safety car or anything, it seems.
If he does, that will get him in some trouble.
And further up the front, it's Mikey who's got past Kalau on those fresh tyres. Got the move done into turn number 1, and then further back.
Oh, that's Leroux hitting the back of Wazza. Let's see if there's damage.
Yeah, a little
right
bit on the
damage.
front right. Bogrossi trying to get past, and he does come into the pit lane actually.
Bogowski back into the points.
Ross on the back of Kalau, who's run a little bit wide into turn number 6, but keeps it together at the moment. As Leroux gets a flight, compounding his woes from the contact.
I'll have a read in the Discord if there's been any comments from some drivers.
We've got a big audience for the C5 at the moment, it must be said.
I haven't even read the chat yet.
Yeah, we got Liam who's commenting about, yeah, I mean, both the Alphas yesterday went, I think they did pretty much 20 laps. They came in on lap 6 for hards and went to the end pretty easily, but Ross now trying to battle Kalau. He's going to have DRS and surely the position into turn number 14. Will the Williams try and fight it back? He just slots in behind though, as the Red Bull had a much better speed into the corner, of course, with DRS. And Bogorowski trying to get past Wazza still.
Ralph in the pits.
And followed by Kalau as well, so both of them coming into the pits. Wazza closing in on the McLaren for P8, looking to go round the outside is the Toro Rosso. Can he get the move done? He's going to try and go all the way around the outside. Pushed a little bit wide there, but he's going to get the move completely round the outside. Fantastic move from the Toro Rosso, especially with a bit of front wing damage as well.
And that's basically how I did it last Tuesday around the outside. Calais leaving the pits in P12.
Comes out behind Durant. But Wazza getting past Nova. Bogorowski still frustrated, but I think he will have to pit again. I'm pretty sure you can't go medium to the end, especially because he pitted 10 laps ago.
Might be going for the softs till the end at some point.
Try and be really racy towards the end. Hope for a safety car, maybe.
No safety car so far.
Just VSCs.
Bogorowski on the inside of Giuliano's. Oof. Very close.
Sits back for the time being. But will we see a classic dive into the next corner? Seems to be the most popular overtaking spot for the C5 today. And he's going to go for it. Bit deep on the brakes, but gets the position done. Nova gets away with any front wing damage, but is now right on the back of the Red Bull. They're side by side as they just avoid contact.
There's right wing damage for Giuliano's.
I think that was from a previous incident, if I'm correct. He's
had
that for a while. But right on the back now, Nova looking to get straight back past the Red Bull and down the inside into turn number 14. Bogorowski
braking way later, going wide.
Off onto the runoff. The law's not quite close enough to pounce on that, but it is P8 still for Nova. I say soft tyres to the end, you probably want coming around lap 20, lap 19.
Yeah, I think you will. Well, we had people pitting from the softs to the mediums around lap 5.
Of course, that with qualifying as well, but Bogorowski looking to get past Nova into turn number 6, but can't quite do it as Nova. Good defensive driving at the moment. Bogorowski seems to have much better pace at the moment with a complete front wing helping him out, definitely. And Law looking to get involved as well. Another person I think will be going on the softs closer towards the end of this race. We'll see if Bogrossi makes a move again on this time. Thinks better of it. And we'll be getting DRS and trying to make a move at the end of the long back straight. But Wazza right on the back of Florikion in the Ferrari as well. Further out, Bogrossi already pretty much right behind the McLaren. Wazza too far back to have a move on the Ferrari. Bogrossi is past. And now can Law take advantage of this? And there's a dive from Nova, and going off is Wazza in the corner, and he spun it round. Bogrossi getting past Nova despite his squad of the throttle mid-corner to try and duck back up the inside, but coming back now at the Red Bull is the McLaren. Looking up the inside, he just about sneaks through. There's a great battle between these two at the moment, both pitted on the same lap.
Lar is on the grass. Wazza getting past as well.
Both of them having incidents in the last half a lap. As Larouk sets the fastest lap.
37 flat.
I think whilst Nova probably has better, tyre conditions with being on the hards, I think just that front wing allows Bogrossi to close up in the middle sector, so then he can pounce down the end of the main straight or even into turn 11 where they are now. So a little bit wide there is the McLaren. Of course, with damaged front wing, it's very hard to come off this turn number 13 flat out. Got to put the power on a lot later. Got DRS on the McLaren now as they run down towards turn number 14 and getting past. And also the Williams trying to go on the inside of the Renault side by side, just avoiding the spin. Bogrossi does get ahead, but of course the battle will resume.
Bog's in the pits. Yeah, probably just started from those mediums going to the softs or a new pair of mediums.
Nova lost the position to Calau and Durant, running really wide in the final corner.
Bogrossi is going on a new pair of mediums.
He just gets ahead of Wazza, who is coming in for mediums as well, and a new front wing.
Now Calais really close to Durant in the battle for P7 at the moment. Ooh, Calais taking a look on the inside.
Very unorthodox overtaking place. Not sure does either of them have damage. Looks like they're both alright.
Giuliano's closing up now as well.
Both Durant and Calau pitting relatively recently, especially in comparison to Nova. Calau just having a duck out of it as he almost came into the back of the Renault now. Of course, with DRS, we'll be trying to have a go at the end of the long straight. Opens now. You can see the speed difference is massive between the two of them, and as they run into 14, he's already got the position on the Renault. Bit of a nudge from the Renault, but no contact, no damage. Of course, the Renault will now have DRS as Nova comes into the pit lane on this lap. Be interesting to see where
his damage, probably.
Wonder where he'll come out in comparison to Bogorowski. Of course, he pitted on the previous lap. They were both battling away. And I think, yeah, the Red Bull's going to jump the McLaren massively at the moment.
Poop Cannon with a 10-second lead compared to Mikey.
pretty much been on his own the whole race. Apart from
very confident.
Apart from that start, he's been pretty much faultless so far.
Ooh, Mikey in the battle for the win, getting a 3-second time penalty.
And with Ross only 2.9 seconds behind, that could compromise him right at the end of the race.
Oh yeah.
But Ross on, well, he's been on those tyres for double the amount of time that Mikey has. As Durant has got DRS on Kalal, but he's going to be way too far back to have a go into turn number 14.
Ross and Mikey now very close to each other. Mikey probably made a mistake because he was 2 seconds ahead of him, like 10th of a lap ago.
And Madship's 16 seconds behind this battle, so battle for P3, P2 I should say, definitely on. Of course, unless Ross has asked his engineer, he won't know that Mikey has got a penalty. We'll probably want to get the job done on track.
I'll take a look at penalties actually.
That'll be good, thank you.
No warnings for Buchanan. A penalty for Mikey. 2 penalties for Ross. So Ross also having a lot of penalties.
But he's right on the back of Mikey now. Actually, he's got DRS and he's underneath a 1/10 of a second as they go in towards turn number 14. He does get ahead. Does the Red Bull, runs a little bit wide. And can Mikey get back at him now as they come out the corner? I think he's just going to have to tuck in behind as they go into the final corner. But Mikey now will have DRS and is already right on the back of the Red Bull. Going to go round the outside. I think he will get the position done before they get to the breaking point of turn number 1, and he does keep the position at the moment.
Very low. Ross is very low on the ERS, only at 8%, while Mikey is on 70%. So this will be quite interesting. Mikey having the ERS to make the gap now.
Ross still in hot lap though, even in this part of the track, so I probably would want to be saving it as best he can for the main straight. As Law gets a 3-second time penalty down in P9 at the moment. Ross just couldn't quite stay with Mikey through 9 and 10. And he's going to be touch and go to see whether he gets DRS. I think I don't know, because the gap jumped over a second almost just as he crossed the line. And he is going to have it though. Despite having, well, he now actually has no ERS at all. You can see, yeah, not closing in on the Toro Rosso at all. Durant on the back of Kalal, and they're battling over P7 at the moment. Both on the hard tyres. See, can he get past? Surely he's got DRS when he approaches the line in the slipstream. Now puts it up into hot lap, but hasn't got a lot of ERS to play with. Kalal hasn't got much more as well. But with DRS, the Renault is closing in. Might try and make a dive, but it's too far back to have any sort of real overtaking opportunity. Further back in the field, battle for P13 between Nova and Wazza. Wazza hasn't got DRS, but the slipstream, you can see how mighty he is here, and he's closing in on the McLaren. But again, I think it'd just be too far back to have a go. Both of them get the braking point spot on. Is running a little bit wide is Wazza, and he's losing the rear on the gravel, and he spins round, but executes a very nice pirouette. And it carries on in 14th. Crankybot not close enough to take advantage. As he runs a little bit wide as well. He gets a bit more lucky on the AstroTurf.
Oh, and that's Madship. Madship spun. And that's Rolf getting past him, moving up to P4.
Maybe just getting wide onto that AstroTurf, but promoting the out of Racing Point. So 19 laps on those hard tyres. Maybe he's just starting to feel quite a significant loss of grip, especially under traction, if he's a bit traction heavy.
And Rolf has no penalties compared to Chip, who has a 5-second speeding penalty, I think. So that will be no chance for getting that position back.
As we got Spags hoping for a safety car at the moment in the YouTube chat.
Always fun to get some entertainment.
That would make it a mad last couple of laps, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Will be very important for Bogorowski because he is on the fresh mediums.
Yeah, wouldn't have to come into the pits, so would take advantage if anyone decided to get rid of some old tyres.
But now let's not jinx it for Poop Cannon.
No, of course. Almost 14 seconds out in front at the moment. And it's pretty much, since he got into the lead, I think on lap 2 or 3, it's been faultless. And you say he didn't even have any warnings in the, let alone a penalty. So everything's spot on at the moment.
No drivers have been lapped yet, but it will be very close between Poop Cannon and Cranky Wolf.
Both on the main straight at the moment. I think the closest gap now is sort of 2 seconds, so...
Oh, that's Cranky Ball out of the race. He crashed out. Will this be a safety car? Let's see.
It is.
Oh my goodness. We jinxed it.
Absolute commentator's curse.
Oh, I am so sorry. Oh my goodness. Cranky Bot. Yeah, the exit out of turn 2, I think. Hitting the wall, crashing out. That's the Williams out of the race. Drive-through penalty for Bogorowski for speeding on the safety car. Well, there goes his chance.
No.
Very unlucky. That's a common thing for Bogorowski, I think. I've seen this penalty for him a few times.
Ralph gets a pit lane speeding penalties. Both him and Madchip both coming into the pit lane.
Poop Cannon, of course, staying out, but...
So probably wanting track position, but... I mean... Realistically, when are we going to start? Maybe... probably start of lap 25? No, probably 26.
Yeah, around the end of 25, 26, I think.
Durant's coming on the softs. Florican's come on for mediums, so is Madchip, so maybe not having a fresh set of softs.
That should be the case. A few people have done the entirety of qualifying on softs. Drive-through penalty for Rolf as well, and he's in P4.
Oh no.
Just
and he's on fresh softs as well.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Where's the safety
very
car?
hyped. Oh, no, it's at the end of sector 1, letting everyone by first.
Magic Poop Cannon is pitting actually. He is just coming into the pits.
Mikey, let's see what Mikey will do. This will be very important. Mikey is staying out.
Ooh.
Ross is coming in. Poop Cannon on the softs though, so this will be very difficult for
fresh
Mikey.
softs as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was probably worth it because worst case scenario he was going to come out in P3 with much fresher tyres. I think for Mikey it was probably a case of do whatever he doesn't and just try and risk it to try and maybe get the win. But he now joins up behind the safety car.
Ross also on the fresh softs in P3. This is the commentator's curse might actually be a thing.
I think we were ending to very much a sort of the last 5 laps being a sort of procession and that pretty much being the finishing order, but now, I mean, anything can happen now.
Yeah, we could have an incident. with like 5 drivers at the start of the, or at the end of the safety car.
I say Magic Poop kind of needs to keep it calm. He's got fresh softs. He's got, you know, at least sort of 3-4 laps to get the move done. I just pray to God he doesn't take a risky dive bomb and ruin for him what has been a fantastic race.
Yep, keep calm on those fresh softs. You should definitely be faster than Mikey.
But of course he's got Ross and Ralph behind him. But Ralph has got a drive through, isn't he? For speeding, I'm pretty sure it's him and Bogrovsky both have drive throughs at the moment. But of course now they've joined up behind the safety car. Everyone can pretty much drive around as quick as they want.
Yeah, a lot of people now on the fresh softs. Might actually ruin Mikey's race since he's staying out.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will be fast. Oh, Mikey's coming in now.
Ooh.
He is still pretty far ahead of a lot of drivers, but that was not the right call, I think. Well,
I think
might be.
Worst case scenario, P6.
Yeah, Rolf, Matchup and Florka possibly getting past.
Ralph has a drive through though, so probably won't have to worry about him. But it's going to be fresh softs for Mikey, and he might just stay ahead of the Ferrari here. It's going to be close.
The Ferrari is past.
Ferrari just gets ahead, and I think it will be the end of the next lap.
Well, there's still some drives in sector 3 now.
We touch and go, because I mean, if it's next lap, we'll have 2 laps of racing rather than 3.
It might be lap 27.
Crankybot has left, unfortunately. Oh, of course he was the cause of the safety car, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, I think the safety car will come in lap 26.
They might all get close enough.
It will be on the edge.
Because there's a big train all the way down to Bogrovsky that I think will catch up to the pack before sort of they get onto the main straight. I think it tells the drivers sort of just around the DRS mark whether they're racing on this lap. That's what it was for us in C3 on Tuesday. I think it will be next lap.
Yeah, not this lap. Spec D Chips says, in my opinion, Poop Cannon's still to lose. And he has also the commentator's curse, he says, so he might have ruined Poop Cannon's race, we'll see.
But him and Ross both on same lap old softs. It's been an interesting battle between them.
Durant with a 5-second track limit penalty.
It's always very harsh under the safety car, but still you gotta be very careful. So yeah, I think it's definitely going to be the end of this lap. We'll get racing, so 2 laps for the guys to battle it out.
Anyone can still get the win here.
But interesting enough, every single person has pitted since the safety car has come out. No one has risked it at all.
Julianos is staying out.
Oh yes, sorry, yes, no, 8 laps on the hard mediums.
Yeah, but he might drop out of the points if there's stretch softs right behind him.
Mate, everyone behind him is on 3 lap old softs. Kalau, interesting enough, going for the hards, so maybe not having any tyres to go for, or maybe just didn't select the right ones in time.
The safety car is in this lap. Now Poop Cannon being the car deciding the pace for the rest of this lap.
The number 13 Mercedes, now the safety car. Is the co-stats, I believe that is in the chat, as the YouTube chat is expecting carnage at the start of this restart. Fortunately for him retiring early on. We'll see what happens. Poop Cannon leading them now, and when will he decide to go? Not quite
Here
yet,
we
I
go.
don't think. And I think he's gone now. So he comes around the final corner. Ross will be right on the back of him. No DRS of course, but the slipstream, that Red Bull is closing in on the Mercedes, looking to go up the inside now into turn number 1. I think maybe getting the move done on Magic Poop Cannon, and he slots ahead. So losing out is the Mercedes.
Now penalties will also play a big role.
Side by
Florica
side.
spinning, hitting the Renault and the Williams, both getting damaged. Calais and Durant getting damage. Oh no, Calais doesn't,
Great.
but the Florica and Durant.
LaRue dropping down the order as well. Promotes Lauren Bogorovsky. And Toros almost colliding with the Haas at the back, but getting out of the way just about in time. But Magic trying to find a way past Ralph. They were side by side in turn number 3. But Magic Poop Cannon's right on the back of Ross.
No boy hitting Florica's rear, getting damage as well.
Durant trying to go on the inside of turn number 9, but just had to back out of it. Oh, and dives from the inside. Mikey getting past and spinning now is Mikey.
Oh.
But holding it just about. We've got yellow flag at the back in sector 3.
Bogorovsky and Florica.
They've collided as well. We're back at the front. Magic Poop Cannon looking to make a move on the penultimate lap into turn number 14. He's just alongside the Red Bull and is very tight down there, and they both avoid a spin. But Ross just holding on to the position as they go into the final corner. Law up the inside of LaRue, so they battle for P11 just outside the points. Ross did set the fastest lap of the race, but Magic Poop Cannon right on the back of him. They can't just quite find a way into turn 1.
Everyone is still so close to each other. Penalties will play a big role in the final standings.
Kalau doing well actually in P6 at the moment on the hards, and Nova as well. Of course having the oldest tyres on the grid at the moment, and Nova trying to find a way past the Williams as they run now towards turn number 6, but I think Kalau finding good speed on the exit. But Magic Poop Cannon still on the back of Ross, trying to regain that lead. Can he do it on the final lap after leading a fantastic race and being pretty much, there's contact between them though, as Ross not having a great run through turn number 9 and 10, and will Magic Poop Cannon assemble at the inside into turn number 11. Had a look, but just backs out of it.
I think he knows that Ross has around 8 seconds of penalties, I think.
No point going for a massive dive bomb into there, but it's all over the back of the Red Bull already, and I think he'll be wanting to get the position moved on track. There's Nailboy and LaRue's running wide, and spinning is Law.
Resetting to track, which is not allowed. So.
But up the inside is Magic Poop Cannon, just about keeps the corner, but it's going to be the switchback from Ross. And as they're side by side now, they run towards the final corner. Ross will be ahead. But of course with those penalties, I don't think he'll hold the lead. Can Magic Poop Cannon get the job done onto the final corner, onto the final straight? No, not quite, and has to stay. And Magic Poop Cannon does get the win. Ralph dropping now down to P5 after unserving, didn't serve the drive-through. That promotes Nova to P6. And he's dropping down the order now, is Ralph, of course not serving that penalty. Nova 6th, Nailboy 7th, LaRue 8th, Durant 9th, Law 10th. Ralph does come in 11th now actually. Oh, that was close in the end there. If there wasn't penalties, I'm pretty sure they would have been separated by thousandths.
Very interesting ending of the race with a safety car at lap 23, I think.
But despite the safety car, I think it is the right result. Magic Poop Cannon getting the win after Ross's penalties. Mercedes won free as well.
Now, will we be doing interviews?
I've not done this so far this season. We can try and see if some of them want to try and join the call.
We'll send them an invite and then we'll see.
Do you want to set up the invites, or should I?
If
Should I
the
try and
party's
find some as
private,
well?
so I can.
I've changed the party to public now, so that might help.
That's a lot of penalties.
Maybe another person having a 20 seconds under the safety car for a bit of speeding.
That's true. Okay, I'll be sending an invite to Ross first.
Okay, I'll go to the F1 2019 cars for a nice bit of background, rather than just the lobby.
Sure. Okay, I've invited Ross. I'll invite Magic Poop Cannon now. We'll have to make sure everyone has their mic set to public.
Yes.
I've invited Magic Poop Cannon, who was in P3.
I think you came third. It was. Just having a look. It was Madchip came third in the end.
Matchup, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll invite Matchup. Let's
Yeah,
see if anyone wants to join.
Madchip came third and Ross second.
Okay. Matchup is invited. Now let's see if anyone is up for an interview.
Be good practice before the GT Sport interviews I'm doing. Actually, not this Monday. I can't commentate this Monday, but the following Monday.
Okay. Poop Cannon doesn't have a mic. Okay. I think none of the podium drivers are able to. Oh no, there's Ross. Okay. Hello, Ross. Hi. Can you make sure your mic is allowed to be shared? You can see it in the party settings.
Yeah, 1 second. I think it is anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, always allow.
Okay. Well, let's begin. How did your qualifying go?
Not too bad. I know that I could have set the car on, well, maybe not pole, but at least second row. I went out twice just near the end, and I got 2 laps. I got a fastest first sector and then messed a lap up. So I ended up, I think I started 7th on the grid then, which I thought I could have done better, but I was still happy enough not to be right at the back.
Yeah, going from P7 to P2 is quite a performance. I think the safety car did help you out, right, at the end of the race?
Yeah, well, to be fair, I had, even though my tyres were, I were on hards, I was going to keep them till end of the race, but I felt I still had decent pace on them, so I took third then, cause, I had 2 time penalties as well, so, well, yeah, I had 2 time penalties, a 5-second one and a 3-second one, but then it took the 5 second off me in the pit. But I would have took third, but then I got into first, but unfortunately that 3-second penalty knocked me into second, but I had pace in that race, I thought, and I quite enjoyed it.
I say managed to get the win on track. Good battle between Magic Poop Cannon right at the end.
Yeah.
How was that battle towards the end of things after the safety car?
I was shaking. As soon as I took over him, well, I had him down start finish straight and then into turn 1, and then it was just a matter of keeping it, and I was a bit nervous, like, but I thought I was just hoping that he had a penalty, but obviously he didn't. I thought he was going to take me just before we not last lap, just before it finished, but I just crept over the line. But hopefully if I get into that position next time, we'll have a time penalty holding me back, so I can get my first win.
Of course, with Baku next week, how do you find the Baku track? Something you like?
Yeah, I love Baku. I wouldn't say I'm best at it. I've improved over it over the past few weeks, and Monaco as well, because I've been practicing them a bit more. But yeah, I like Baku. I love Castle. It's my favourite part of the track. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully I'll be able to put myself on podium again.
Good stuff.
Just a shame that Bogorovsky crashed out. Didn't crash out, but he had an incident, didn't he? And then he ended up further down pack. But he started in third as well, didn't he? So it'd be nice if me and him can get a podium together next week.
I think definitely moving up to P3, Red Bull is at the moment, and maybe even jumping Racing Point. So I think you guys might maybe even be second after today in the constructors.
So that who's first? Mercedes, aren't they? Obviously.
Mercedes at the moment, yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can have a good race at Baku. It's dodgy though. That first sector of track, it's horrendous at the beginning of the race. So we'll start hope for the best. But today wasn't bad. We didn't have a safety car till end at race to do it with 2 VSCs and then just the one normal safety car. So that's not bad.
Good stuff.
So but yeah, really enjoyed the race and look forward to race. Are you on commentary next week?
I definitely am planning on commentating. So
if I have time, I will. It was fun, so great race.
Yeah, sound right. I'll try putting a show next week then.
Look forward to it.
Down. All right, lads. Cheers.
See you.
Great race today. Well done.
Cheers. Bye. Bye.
Right. Well, thanks for joining me tonight, Gexy. It's been a pleasure.
No problem. It was a great race to watch. Very fun.
Yeah, definitely good racing throughout. And of course with Formula 2 tonight, GT Sport this weekend and Monday, and then Baku next week. There's a lot to look forward to after tonight. But I think we will leave that here. So thank you everyone for joining us this evening. It's been a great race for the two Mercedes, I should say, of Magic Poop Cannon and Mad Ship, and also a great race from Ross as well. We heard from him just a moment ago. So look forward to seeing everyone next week in Baku, which should be another great race. Of course, another track that's very good for overtaking. So there'll be a lot more action in the C5. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining, and we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.